Hi Swing Dance Follows. We're making a couple of hair tutorials for all of you to learn how to do some great vintage hair for swing dancing. The first tutorial I'm going to do is actually kind of called the Milkmaid Updo. It's a couple of braids that overlap each other on your head. But I find it's a really fantastic hairstyle to do because A, it's super simple and easy and fast, and B, it gets all the hair off of your neck, which, as a lot of us know when we're dancing, it gets pretty hot dancing with your hair down. So this tutorial is super simple, and I'm going to show you how to add a little bit of a vintage flourish to it, if you will. Step one, I'm going to take my hair out of my messy bun, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a quick brush. Now, for this tutorial, typically, and the way I've seen it done online, they usually part the hair right down the center because it is a Milkmaid do, so it gives it more of that classic Sound of Music look. However, my part is always on my left side, so I tend to work with my natural part. I think it gives it a little bit of a more 1940s feel too, if you will. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I brush with my little kid brush, which is great for this kind of stuff, is I'm going to actually just take a little section of hair from the front of my head and pull it apart from everything else, because I'm actually going to use this to do a really cool little vintage roll later on. So I'm just going to put this in a little hair tie on the side. Okay? There's only two things you need for this hairdo. You need bobby pins, and you need these little black hair bands. They're rubbery, they cost about, I don't know, $1.50, $2 for a package of 100, I think. And they're just little small hair bands, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to part my hair down the back. I don't usually be that I'm not usually that perfect about this, so I'll just kind of part it more or less. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one side of my hair, I'm just going to throw it another hairband, which I have handy on my wrist, just so I can come back to it later. Okay. So, here comes the bulk of the hair work. I'm going to braid this left side of my hair at a little bit of an angle, kind of like Pippi Longstockings, which is pretty accurate since my hair is so red. It doesn't have to be perfect, you can always fix it later. So I'm just going to section up in 3. And I'm just going to start to pull it and braid it. By the way, if you like this music playing in the background, it's an album called The Fed Hop by the Jonathan Doyle Quintet. Sorry, I think it's Quartet. They're from Austin, and it's an awesome album. You can get it on bandcamp.com. Okay, so I'm just going to come down as far as I can. Got a little hairband on the end here. Just go over a few times. Okay. Maybe once more. That's fine. Okay. So then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I have a little more hair on this side since I did the part on the side, not down the middle. I don't have equal portions of hair, but that's okay. So again, I'm going to separate into 3. Pull it out straight. I think it gives a little better look. And start to braid. And down to the end. Doesn't have to be perfect, just together. Okay. Hairband number 2. So now you can see my hair looks a little crazy. I have 3 portions all tied off. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, get a couple bobby pins ready. I'm going to take this piece of hair, I'll talk about this piece first. I'm just going to lay it flat on top of my head, like so. I'm going to take a bobby pin, open it up, and just push it through Part of the braid, the trick though to a good vintage hair is hiding the bobby pins if you use them. And as you can see, this little end here is just kind of going into my natural hair anyways. So it's not a big deal if you have some ends that aren't braided. But I do want to try and secure it as much as possible. So I just usually use a couple bobby pins. One good trick for vintage hair with bobby pins is if you can actually crisscross the bobby pin, meaning this one goes in first and then this one goes over, and it's pretty secure. So same thing on the other side. Just gonna take this bobby pin. Go through. And again, I can tuck little bits of hair in. Okay, then finally I'm going to take this bit of hair in the front. And this is going to be super simple. I'm just going to take my fingers and start to roll it up like that. Then all I'm going to do is just gently tuck inside and come forward with my hair. Now I have this nice little roll. You can see actually right through it. Take a bobby pin. And I tend to go through the back first and push it down so it secures it. Do a couple more bobby pins in there. You can even pull it more flat, which I think I will. It's a little big. And I can go through and I can secure any little loose spots of my hair. So now the next thing I would do is I would just take some hairspray. Honestly, I swear the cheaper hairspray is actually kind of better because it's kind of like glue and it just holds things down. I really like the Herbal Essences hairspray, or Aquanet is great if you are in the States. I find I can't really find it in Canada, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on hairspray. I do always get like maximum hold though. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spray this down and just start to smooth it down. And there you go. You have a really cute 1940s style Milkmaid hairdo. As you can see, it's really simple. 2 braids, plop, plop on my head, and I did a quick little roll in front. This is a fantastic hairstyle for any Friday night when you go swing dancing here in Calgary or wherever you may live. It's going to keep your hair off your head. It only takes about 10-15 minutes to do. So I hope you enjoyed the hair tutorial. Don't forget you can always add cute little flowers and such in your hair if you have some kind of a weird wonky spot. There's great ways to fix it up. Enjoy!